Welcome to another FafNir guide. Today's guide is about Snake Eyes. Basically, this is just a typical control deck, but what's special about it is it utilizing an effect of turning monster into a continuous spell, not only as part of the combo, but also as a disruption, and able to steal opponents' monsters using the same mechanic. Snake Eyes itself has its own archetypical engine, which is Diabellstar, a brand new fire generic engine that reviving both new and forgotten fire deck, like Volcanic and Fire Kings that are currently rising up in OCG and TCG meta. We gonna get their new support card that works best with Diabellstar engine soon enough in Master Duel. Snake Eyes is a quite simple deck to play, and with how simple it is, single Ash Blossom could kill the combo unless you have another extender on your hand. But yet Droll and Nibiru are weak against this deck, especially Droll that are currently rising because of super heavy Samurai. Here's the deck list that I use in this guide. If you notice, we are also playing Synchro variant in this deck, but if you want a little more budget version of this deck, you can go for this. For Valor, Nibiru, Ash Blossom, and Imperm, you can buy them from the special bundle for 750 gems each. You can get 10 master packs each purchase. Good for new player, and get some random UR card you can convert for UR currencies. We also use Where Arf though, the best Poplar searcher in this deck. You can also use this in the non-budget version. For Called Grave and Crossout, you can sub in Prohibition. Since this deck entire combo can be killed Ash Blossom, you can prohibit Ash Blossom before you start your combo, but don't forget that it also prohibit yourself. For the extra deck, these UR cards are the core of the deck. They are important for your combo. Without them, you cannot do the combo properly. For Sunlight Wolf and Heatsoul, you can get them for 500 gems by purchasing this structure deck. Before we enter the combo section, there are some settings that you need to tweak. This will help you a lot even against hand traps. Open the game settings, Duel, and change all the default settings into this. If you want to get good in this game, this is the basic settings that will help you a lot. Even though it does make the game a bit more complicated because you have to do a lot of things manually, but it helps you to not mess up the combo that you're gonna learn in this guide, and also all my of previous and upcoming guide videos. We are not done yet. Specifically for Snake Eyes, there is one option you need to tweak. You need to change activation confirmation to custom and follow the settings that I have in the screen, especially this one. At the beginning of the duel, you need to set into confirm activation. So during the draw phase of the turn 1, this will set to on immediately. The reason we are doing this is because Wanted is a quick play spell that add Diabellstar from deck to hand. If we activate it during draw phase, we can avoid getting Droll during it, making it to only activate Droll after we activate Ash, which I'll show you how to combo through it. Now, without further talking, let's get into the combo section. There are two combos that I'd like to show you before anything else, so you can see what you can expect when building this deck. The first one is full 2 cards combo. This combo requires synchro summoning, means the budget version cannot perform this combo, but don't worry, I will also show you the budget version combo. Ash plus Diabellstar. I suggest to follow the card placement that I do, to avoid misplay. Normal summon Ash and add Poplar. Poplar will special summon itself and add the field spell, Divine Temple. Place Flamberge in the back row. Summon Linkuriboh with Poplar, and place Poplar in the back row. Special summon Diabellstar by sending Poplar. Set original Sinful to back row, and activate it by sending Linkuriboh. When Linkuriboh is in graveyard, as long as you control a level 1 monster on the field, these prompt box will always appear. Since this is your turn 1, make sure to not activate it, but we gonna need it later on turn 2. Summon Jet Synchron from deck and Synchro summon Savage Dragon using Diabellstar and Jet Synchron. Again, this prompt box will appear. Do not activate this one if you see this chain effect. Cancel instead and another prompt box will appear without the chain effect. Now you select Linkuriboh as an equip for Savage Dragon. If you activate Linkuriboh effect before, you basically nullify Savage Dragon effects and you messed up. Activate Ash effect and send Linkuriboh. Do not worry of sending it, because Savage Dragon will still retain the token to negate. Now you summon Oak from deck, activate Oak effect, summon Jet Synchron back to field. Now activate Oak again by sending Flamberge to summon another Flamberge from deck. Flamberge in graveyard will trigger its effect to summon 2 level 1 monster from grave. Summon both Snake Eyes back to field. Synchro summon to Formula Synchron using Jet and one of the Snake Eyes. Formula will let you draw 1 card. Activate Jet Synchron effect. By discarding 1 card from your hand, it doesn't have to be the one that you draw now, and resummon Jet back to field. Link off any of the 2 Snake Eyes to summon IP. And link off IP and the last Fire Monster to summon Promethean Princess. Activate her and resummon Flamberge back to field. Link off both Princess and Formula to Sprite Elf and resummon Formula back to field. Activate Flamberge effect and place IP in the back row. And here is the final end board. Notice that I place Savage Dragon and Formula in the pointed zone where Sprite Elf can protect them for targeting effects. Now I'm going to show you what are the disruption you can do with this board. When opponents special summon, you will get a prompt box from Princess. I suggest use Princess effect at the very end, because when Princess are face up on your field, it locks you to only special summon Fire Monster. So you can cancel this instead, activate Flamberge and then chain it Formula. Summon Baronne and IP to field. Flamberge trigger its effect and special summon both Ash and Poplar. And now make sure to follow this chain order if you don't want to be messed up. With Ash, you can add Kurakara from deck for board breaker in case your opponents manage to build their board. In here, usually people attack Appaloosa to get rid our monster negate, and they are free to continue their combo, and that's where Linkuriboh is really helpful in this deck. And that's all the disruption you can expect from this deck. In my opinion, playing this deck feels like playing branded Despia. It's quite versatile and have lot of 1 and 2 cards combo in it. The next combo is 1 card OTK that I learned from the master itself, Master Decade from his YouTube channel. If you totally new to Yu-Gi-Oh, make sure to subscribe to his channel and you will learn a lot of new things and getting info of what are the next update and big things that will happen in Master Duel. We gonna OTK with 1 card Ash through 5 monsters on opponent's field. Means if your opponents just set 1 monster and pass their turn 1, you can OTK them next turn. In here you can just summon Nightmare Phoenix, so you can destroy their back row before continuing your combo. But for now I want to show you the other way using Pit Knight. When you resummon opponent's monster back to field, if there's a Baronne in it, make sure to summon it in face down, so you will not reset its Omni-Negate effects. You need to make sure that Zealantis and Princess need to be co-link, which means pointing to each other. If not, you cannot activate this effects during battle phase. With these, you can at least destroy 2 cards on field, not only monsters, but also spell and traps. Next thing to do, just swing by and finish the duel. But what if you fail to OTK? During main phase 2, you can link both Zealantis and Princess to Hitta, and during the end phase, resummon Pit Knight on the side of Flamberge. And here are the disruptions you get. That's all what you can expect from playing this deck. A ton of disruption and recovery, just like branded Despia. Now let's start from basic combo first. 1 card Ash Divine Temple Line. And here is the turn 2 play. Since our opponents have 2 monsters that can attack our Appaloosa, usually they gonna bait our Linkuriboh first. Since we have Swarm Ship in our graveyard, we can just let them destroy our Linkuriboh, and then Swarm Ship will trigger its effect to destroy the other monster that haven't attacked yet. Next is another 1-card Ash when you get drolled. Usually they gonna droll here. If it is, you can still do the basic combo. With the only downside, you will be short 1 monster on your field for Appaloosa, so you can only get 3 monster negate from her, which is fine. All this combo are very vulnerable to a board breaker cards like Raigeki or Storm. That's why this next combo is the best basic option to play this deck. 1-card Ash, Dramatic Line. You get the same disruption like previous one, with one extra targeting Omni Negate like Hot Red Abyss effects. When you activate the negate, you gonna need to send Diabellstar to graveyard, and Diabellstar will trigger its effect to resummon back to field by sending one card from your hand or field. If you don't want to discard your precious hand traps, you can send Flamberge instead and trigger their effects. Diabellstar will let you place another follow-up for next turn, and Flamberge will fill your monster zone for IP to link them off. Sometimes it's great to wait until Poplar resolve, then tribute it with Linkuriboh to avoid Poplar getting called grave. If you Getting Nibiru while doing this combo, Dramatic Line can still save you one Omni Negate and one more follow-up for next turn play. One of the cool thing is, usually people notices that you have the Omni Negate that requires to send Diabellstar, so they decided to attack Diabellstar first. If this happen, you can resummon Diabellstar at the cost of sending one card from hand or field, but be careful, make sure you must send one card from hand. If you send the token, you are very messed up. Diabellstar won't come back to field, and you can't activate the negate. After Diabellstar summon back, you can set another follow-up. I suggest to get Wanted, so you can redo your combo again next turn. One card Ash Synchro Line. This is one of the most powerful Snake Eyes combo you can perform, yet it's very vulnerable to Nibiru. That's why I'll show you the best Synchro line, in order to play through Nibiru later on. In this line, we gonna use Sprite Elf, so make sure follow my card placement. At this part, if you place Flamberge on the wrong zone, next turn it's very vulnerable against Imperm, and you will lose Appaloosa for the whole turn. Same goes for IP if you summon her too early. And now here are the disruption you get. I suggest to not summon IP too early, because we want it to be under elf protection, activate Flamberge, and then chain formula. Summon Baronne and IP under elf protection, and you will get almost the same disruption like before, with extra Omni Negate. Now, what can you do if you are getting Nibiru while doing this combo? As you can see, this next summon is our 5th summon where Nibiru can drop in. If happen, you can actually continue doing the basic combo with a cost of 1 more discard. One card Ash Heatsoul Line. I don't recommend doing this line, but it's very useful for budget version that cannot do Synchro line. Sadly, you cannot do Dramatic line using Heatsoul, since you need that 1 extra monster on the field to perform this combo. The reason this combo is far way better than the basic line, it's because it lets you draw 2 more cards with a cost of 2,000 life points. And if you're lucky enough, you can get hand traps from it. But as I said, I don't recommend it. But hey, 2 extra draw can let you get either hand traps or a follow-up for next turn in case you survive the turn 2, which give you the upper hand over your opponents. .5 card Diabellstar, or Wanted. For Diabell starter, you need to discard any 1 card from hand. If you start with Wanted, as I said before, make sure to activate Wanted during draw phase to avoid getting Droll. Sadly, if you start with Diabellstar, which means you can only do either basic line or Heatsoul Line, not the dramatic line that I very encourage to do so. Another good thing if you start with Wanted, you can recover back original Sinful to deck and draw 1 more card. 1 card Poplar. This combo is similar to 1 card Ash when you get Droll. With 1 Poplar, you can only do the basic line with 1 less monster. In here, instead of adding another Poplar, we add Birch. If you are getting Droll while doing this combo, when you activate original Sinful, instead of summoning Ash, you skip Ash and summon Oak directly. You get the same end board, but one less follow-up for next turn. And that's all the one-card combo this deck can provide. Next are two cards combo. Diabellstar plus Poplar. This combo is actually giving you one more monster compared to other one-card combo, which means you can extend your end board a little bit further. And here is the end board. You might be thinking, why not just link them to Elf and resummon Pit Knight? You can't resummon a non-level monster with Elf if your opponents do not control a monster. And here are the disruption you get. If you are getting Droll while doing this combo, when activating original Sinful, instead of sending Linkuriboh, you send Divine Temple, and summon Oak instead of Ash, and you can get the same end board and disruption with one less Divine Temple. Diabellstar plus Jet Synchron. If you want to do a synchro line, but you have your Garnet Jet Synchron on your hand? Here's how you do it, in case this happened to you. And here is the turn 2 play. Temple plus Original Sinful. This combo is basically one card Ash Dramatic Line. The next combo are specific for budget version, but it doesn't mean the non-budget cannot perform it. Arf plus any non-starter level 1 monster. You can also do this combo with any level 1 hand trap on your hand. The downside for this combo, you need to pay 4,000 life points for it to benefit your hand, so be careful. Arf plus Birch. If you start with Birch, then there's slight different combo rotation compared to previous one, but you can still get the same end board with one less Ash in your grave. In here, I'll show you how to get Ash follow up with Birch. Temple plus Oak. This combo is basically a Heatsoul line with extra dramatic line in it. One last combo if you wanted to become the most hated person in your community. One card Ash Scythe lock combo. All you need just to add these 2 artifact cards to your list. Here we go. That's all the combo that I can provide for this deck. I don't have any more tips for this deck, because I already explained them all in the combo section. If you like this guide, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it. See you next time.